today? Well, tonight, because it's nighttime, right? I'm doing alright too. Well, guess what? We got a special treat for y'all tonight. It's story time. As you can see, we're drinking on a little juice, right? It's just Powerade. This is not an alcoholic beverage. And she has just a slushie. It is no alcohol.
Right.
In that whatsoever.
Right.
Now, like I said, it's story time. So y'all probably wondering, what are y'all gonna talk about? What story you gonna tell? What story we gonna tell?
What about the first time?
First time. Today, we're gonna talk about our first time. You're probably like, first time? What first time? Well, our first time. So, oh man, I don't even know where to start. Where should we start? Our first time doing the.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, so I think it was back in January. Or was it February? It was January. I think. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was back in January 2018, this year. And I don't know what we did during the. I don't think we did anything during the day, but we had went out that night.
Yeah.
Right. So we had went out that night, and we probably went to Old Glory or Whiskey Kitchen, which is where we always went around that time, right? Whiskey Kitchen is this really cool pizza place, and Old Glory is this really cool bar that stays open to probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. It's really cool. We used to go there all the time. So, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I remember, the nighttime had came. It was time for us to leave, and at the time, I lived like in Clarksville, like 45 minutes away from Ashley, right? So I didn't want to go home. We had a really good night.
We didn't want to leave each other.
Right. We didn't want to leave each other. So I brought it up. It was my suggestion. Hey, how about, and I think I said something like this. Hey, how about we get a room, right, and we just chill. I think that's what I said. Let's get a room and let's just chill. It ain't got to be nothing like that. No sex or nothing, right? Let's just talk. Let's just cuddle. Right? That's what good guys say, right? Right? That's what good guys say.
Was this a plot?
No, it was not a plot. But it was, we actually did just that. So we went to the hotel. We checked in. And
was that the night that you paid for it more than once?
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of, they charged me twice. They was only supposed to charge me for one night, but they ended up charging me for 2 nights for whatever reason. Whatever. But I told her, like I said, hey, let's get a room. Let's just talk. Let's chill. We don't want to leave each other. Let's just hang out. So she was like, okay, cool. And that's what we did. We got a room. Now.
I had to think about it for a long time.
What you mean?
I thought about it for a long time. I wasn't like, okay, cool, yesterday. I was like, it took me a long time to give you an answer. It wasn't just a definite okay. I thought about it, changed the subject, and I came back to it. Then I finally said yes. It wasn't
all in a matter of 10 minutes.
It was nothing long. It was nothing long.
So it wasn't 10 minutes before I got it. Okay, let's go back to
like
the room.
15.
Okay, so it was like 15 minutes. So it didn't take too long for her to give me an answer, and of course we ended up back at the room. Now, honestly, my intentions was just to really chill and hang out. Like, them was really my intentions. I was not intending to get the booty. And I actually did not get the booty that night? Was it that morning?
It was both.
Okay. Let's get to the meat and the potatoes here, right? So, we're laying down. It's nighttime. We chilling. And
was you watching Love and Hip Hop?
Huh?
Was you watching Love and Hip Hop?
Something was on the TV. I don't remember what was on the TV, but I know her booty rubbed up against me. So
we was cuddling, like my head was on your chest, and you was like caressing me and rubbing me, and then we started kissing. Remember?
Right, we started kissing. Now this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets juicy, right? So one thing leads to another, and it's getting real hot and spicy.
Like real hot. Like.
You know what I'm saying? In this hotel. So one thing leads to another. So you know me, at this point, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, solid as a rock, solid as a rock. Solid as a rock. You see what I'm saying? At this point, so of course, you know, I try to see how far I can take it. And she was like, skirt, you gotta go get a rubber. You gotta get a condom. And of course, hey, remember, safe sex first, guys. Remember that. Now, because it was never my intention from the beginning to end up in a hotel or in the bed with her, nothing like that. It was never my intentions from the beginning. I was unprepared. Okay? I had no rubber duckies. I had no raincoat. I had no rubber ducky. I had no umbrella.
Yep.
You know what I mean? All that stuff. I was
Socks.
Unprepared. Right? I had no glove.
No glove. No love.
Right. That's what she said. You gotta go get a rubber. Now remind you, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's really
Nothing was really open, but there was one store that was open. It was a Shell gas station.
What was his name?
I don't remember the dude's name.
Like Josh or something like
Josh or something like that was the dude that worked at the store. So I called down there before I even went down there to see if they was open. And because I Googled it, hey.
No, you went to Walmart first.
Walgreens. Oh, I take that back. First I went to Walmart. I had went inside the Walmart. And you know me, I'm cheap. Okay? I buy a lot of stuff cheap. I'm not spending a lot of money on condoms. So I got some motherfucking Durplex, Durlex, or whatever the fuck they call. You know, the ones that start with a D. Durlex, is that what they call? I don't even know.
Duracell.
Exactly. So once I get the cheap condoms, I get them. I'm like, all right, cool. I think I got like a 2-pack. Because I'm cheap again, remember? So I'm not finna buy a whole bunch. I got the 2-pack. So I get the condoms. I had it in the car. I go to the hotel. Now, before we even get something started, you know, I come back in the room. I pull the condom out of the box. Got one in my pocket. I hop in the bed. So I put the rubber on. And I noticed as I pull it out of the package, that shit was dry as fuck.
Stale.
Yeah, it was stale, right? It felt so dry.
Never get Duraplex.
Yeah, we don't condone those, right? We do not endorse those. Do not get the Duraplex, whatever they call. Those are no-go. Those are cheap, okay? But, hey, me being the trooper that I am, I say, you know what? We gonna go for it anyway. Right? And we definitely tried it and it didn't work.
At all.
Okay? Didn't work. That condom, it had to be old, okay?
Felt like a brick.
It had to be old. It had to be expired. I didn't care about looking at the dates. I just wanted to go get the rubber. So, you know, we tried to do what we tried to do. It didn't work. So at that point, I think, didn't I call the gas station? So I called the nearest gas station to see what was open. And luckily, the dude answered, right? So I was like, hey, man, y'all open? He was like, yeah, you can come on down here and walk straight up to the window. I said, do y'all got condoms? He was like, oh, you trying to have a good time. Remind you, at this point, it's like 3:45, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God.
Right? It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I say, hey, I'm finna come down there right now. Had them condoms waiting for me. Have them at the window. I'm coming right now. I'm in a black BMW and I'm finna pull up on you. He said, all right, man. So guess what? I go downstairs. I hop in the car. And phew, I go straight over there to the gas station. Now, I get to the gas station. As soon as I walked up, he was like, you the one that called about them condoms? I said, you damn right. That was me. So, boom. I got a brand new pack of condoms. I think these were Trojan, I think.
I want to say Trojan.
Okay, so yeah, we didn't go with the cheap brand this time. They didn't even have a cheap brand. And I don't know if you ever bought rubbers at a convenience store. For whatever reason, they cost way more than the rubbers at Walmart, right? So a little 3-pack condoms at the gas station was like $7. You feel me? I could have got them at Walgreens for $4. But nonetheless, I got the rubbers. And guess what? I go right back over to the hotel.
It was showtime.
Right. At that point, it went down. But there's more to this story. There is more to this story. So, we got started with the Trojans now, right? And it went down. There was a whole lot of going on, if you know what I mean. Now, and correct me if I'm wrong, babe, but at some point, did the condom come on?
I think so.
At some like at some point, so at some point during that, the rubber
mysteriously
somehow it came off. I think one of the sex ghosts came through and just snatched it right up off of me, and it was gone with the wind. Now again, we do not condone that. Safe sex first. Guys, wrap it up. Ladies, tell them to wrap it up. But somehow, some way, the rubber came off.
Slipped out.
Now, when I think back on that day, I'm like, damn, I went to Walgreens, I went to Walmart, I did all of this traveling just
and spending
just to
take it out.
I'm not gonna say I took it off. Alright? I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say something took it off.
Your head.
I didn't take it off. I'm gonna say something took it off. Now, so check this out. Boom, that goes down. It's great. It is way better than what I thought. You ever been nervous sometimes about, like, you really feel a certain way about somebody, right? You feel a certain way about somebody, and when it comes down to y'all actually doing something, it doesn't live up to what you think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was so glad this was not the case.
Too.
Right? I'm so glad this wasn't the case.
But you had a lot of talk game before.
What?
You kind of, for real, like, on one of our days, you had talked about, things you do, or gave me some type of hint.
What do you mean, things I do? What are you talking
about? To let me know that you was kind of cool in the bed.
Well, hold on, no, don't do that to me. I'm a Christian man, or at least I was.
You was? So
I still am, but I was not. I wasn't.
You was trying to throw hints. You was trying to throw hints to let me know that you was cool and you knew what you was doing.
Well, I might have thrown a hint or two. Maybe a hint or two. But nonetheless, it was great, right? It was so good that we went to sleep for a little bit, right? Like literally maybe like an hour or two, right? We went to sleep for like 2 hours, and we woke back up. That's right. And hands got the touch.
It's not hands, it was hand. Got the touch.
No, your hand touched me back.
I felt that hand on my booty. It was
you know what I'm saying? Listen. A woman is ready when they start to touch you back and they start to move their hips. That's a telltale sign that y'all on the same page.
I move my hips?
Yep. You definitely moved your hips, okay? You moved your hips in my direction, which allowed me to reach over to the back part of the gluteus maximus and squeeze. Right? So, yeah, 2 hours later, we was back at it. Now, check this out. This is the kicker. You know the condoms that I went to the gas station for? We didn't use them, okay? Needless to say, we got a little sample of that 100% USDA raw beef. 2 hours later, we was back at it like some rabbits, and yeah, it went down today. That was the very first time we ever did anything. She sent me on a goose chase for rubbers, and I wasn't mad at her. I went and I traveled and I got those rubbers just to not use them. That is how it went down for the very first time.
And we haven't looked back since.
So happy because them rubbers never get used.
I was not referring to the rubbers.
What?
I was not referring to the rubbers. I was referring to, we haven't looked back since. I don't think it's been a weekend to pass.
Oh.
Since.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and close out this video. We wanted to just share a very quick story time with y'all. This is our very first story time. There'll be more story times to come. I got some really dope stories to tell y'all, and I know Ashley does too. And we'll definitely tell y'all about the stories that we have together.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and close this video out. It was good seeing y'all. We will see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Bye.